I was going back through my videos for part 2 of the final season, and I realized that there were a lot of comments that I didn't respond to, and then some of them were just really fun comments, and then there were also a couple that sort of flew under my radar. So I thought, you know what? I always have fun with comment videos, so why don't I read some of the final season comments? Well, here you go. Oh, and also, there's probably going to be spoilers for the final season part 2. The comments are restricted to the final season part 2, but there will be spoilers. You've been warned. And I've also got to say, I've kind of been getting addicted to drinking my coffee when I do these videos in the morning. So if you'll indulge me, I'm going to have some coffee while we do this too. So this is a nice suggestion here. It says, when the series is over, I would love to hear something like a top 10 of your favorite moments of the series. And I think that would be a great thing to do. Of course, we got another year to wait now before the series is over. But I was also thinking like something to help fill in those gaps while we're waiting for part 3 of the final season is maybe I could go and look at like my top 10 favorite moments of season 1, my top 10 favorite moments of season 2, that kind of thing. That could be fun. I could put some clips together and some photos. So if you think that's something that might be interesting to you, let me know down in the comments, because I'm going to be looking for stuff to do every week or so for the next year to fill in the time a little bit till we get that final part of the final season. And here's a good comment about Zeke and like the dynamic and the interaction between Zeke and Aaron. And this person says, as a younger brother, yeah, the overconfidence of an older brother saving the day isn't the most flattering thing for your ego. LOL. So that was one thing I thought about when I was seeing that, is Zeke coming in, trying to save the day, trying to tell Aaron he knows what's best. Aaron going along with it, really capturing a lot of what I think are real-world family dynamics. I'm an older brother rather than a younger brother. But to be honest, in my family, the dynamics kind of work like the older brother doesn't care that much about saving the younger brother. I'm confessing, I've seen it in 3 generations of my family. I think my dad would laugh when his younger brother got in trouble because my dad was the older brother. I definitely let my younger brother squirm when he's in trouble and, you know, maybe pick on him. And then I've seen the same thing with my boys. The older son does not really have any interest in saving the day for the younger son, and vice versa, you know. So my family doesn't have to worry about this unflattering older brother coming in to save the day scenario. I think to our own detriment, but 3 generations can't be wrong on that. I love this one. I love a good Simpsons reference. And the reason I love a good Simpsons reference is because there's like 10,000 episodes of The Simpsons, so everything's been referenced, everything's got a Simpsons reference that's appropriate. Like, there is no moment in life that hasn't been covered by The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons is like the American One Piece. You know, it just keeps going and going like the Energizer Bunny. But here it says, Colt, let the Titans fight the Titans. Homer, that's right, let the Bears pay the bear tax, I pay the Homer tax. Lisa, Dad, that's the home owner tax. Next on Attacks on Titans, audit. Oh boy, what a turn of events if suddenly they rebooted the whole show, or the sequel series is about Titan accountants, and it's called Attacks on Titans, and it's all about like the Titan IRS going around to these Titans that are like holed up on their compounds and refusing to pay their taxes, and that's what the battle's all about. And there's like just intense accounting every episode, like the eye-catcher cards in the middle, the info cards are all about local tax laws in Paradis or Marley or wherever. Yeah, Attacks on Titans. That is not the show we want, but it's the show we deserve. Oh my goodness. Coffee went down my breathing hole. All right, the curse of weekly anime, having to suffer for a week till the next episode drops. Yeah, that is something. I'd been cheating, you know, because I waited. I came late to the party and I was able to binge and watch Attack on Titan anytime I wanted to, until the final season part 2 came out, when I had to watch weekly just like everybody else. But they also talk about Yelena here. Yelena's face just reminds me of that one neighbor when you accidentally kick a ball over the fence and they just stare at you when you ask for it back. And everybody has that neighbor, that person in the neighborhood, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you don't have that person in that neighborhood in your neighborhood, that means that neighborhood person is you. I think I stepped all over that because I'm still choking on coffee. Cure for that? More coffee. Oh, here's some encouragement. I do get some of these that are encouraging, and it's fun to share the jokey ones or the insulting ones, but I also like to share the positive ones. What can I say? I'm a human being. But here, it says, Bruce, at this point, we as the audience are only watching. It's up to you who you want to root for. No one is wrong or correct. No heroes, no villains. Just depends which perspective you're in. Everyone's fighting for what they believe in. Props to Isayama for his unreal writing. So thanks for the encouragement there, because, my loyalties would shift from time to time. I would cheer at things that later I would feel embarrassed about cheering for those things. I think you guys, if you've watched my reaction videos, you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of cool to have some encouragement to say there's nothing wrong with just watching and going with the flow. You make mistakes in the moment, just have some insight, regain your footing later, and move forward. Oh, this is a fun one. This goes back to one of my reaction videos, and this guy says, this man actually got half naked on stream. You're a wild one, Bruce. Yeah, in case you didn't see that video, I had like a green Attack on Titan hoodie that I had just bought, and then I was looking at the camera and I realized I've got a green screen behind me and I'm wearing a green shirt, and we've all seen those things where like the weatherman just looks like he's invisible because he's wearing a green shirt. So I got nervous and I took it off during the video. But turns out it was a darker shade of green, so it does just fine on the video. So in future videos, I didn't have to strip off my hoodie, but I did have an undershirt on underneath, so it's not like, no nipples were exposed. But you did see a little bit of my belly because, chubby guys, the shirts stick together. You pull up the hoodie and the t-shirt comes up with it. But it was I think it was a nipple-free video. I definitely pixelated the belly button because I didn't want to offend anybody by looking at that pit of doom called my belly button. Here's a nice one, bringing up a side character who's a lot of fun that's easy to forget. But shout out to Pixis' aide, Anka, who often admonished him for drinking. And of course, being so much around Pixis and his drinking made her disdain alcohol, which is a key story point because she's thus confirmed not to have been spiked with Zeke's spinal fluid and remains outside of any danger. We love Anka. She's yet another top fan favorite character. But unfortunately, we did see that things in the end did not work out so good for Anka. She was among the ghosts looking over Hanji when Hanji has her own Mountain of Corpses moment in the background. But Anka, great character. Pixis needed somebody to kick his butt in gear every day, and Anka was that person. You will be missed, Anka. This was a great moment too. I think you got the unluckiest buffer moment I've ever seen, right at the most jaw-dropping moment of the series so far. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but when I was doing the reaction to the episode in which Eren got shot in the head, well, right at the moment he gets shot in the head is when my screen buffered. I totally kind of missed what was going on there. It was hilarious. He gets decapitated and I didn't see it. Very, very unlucky moment. I shouted. I lost my cool in the video, which is all in good fun. So you can go back and check that out if you haven't yet. But yeah, probably the unluckiest buffer moment. And I got a few of those as the season went on. Okay, same episode. Now we're getting some dad jokes rolling into it. I 100% fully endorse the dad jokes. This one says, the episode was definitely a head turner, because of course that's when Eren's head got blown off and it spun around in the air. One could say it blew my mind. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I can take this all day. I was built for this. For real though, seeing Ymir in the end was amazing. She's a slave with no free will of her own. Well, good thing Mr. Freedom Titan is there to help her. And yeah, that was pretty awesome to see Eren coming face to face with Ymir. They're in the coordinate paths or whatever you call those and helping her out. But yeah, bring the dad jokes coming. Blew my mind. Oh, here's some interest. And I got multiple people to tell me this, so I don't know exactly how true it is. Like, I'm not trying to endorse it or to dispel it as a myth, but multiple people told me. So if it's not true, it's at least a common legend. But yes, I've heard your head can continue living for like 5 or 10 seconds after you've been decapitated. I hope I never find out for sure about this. Like, this seems like one of those difficult things to know for sure unless you experience it firsthand, and I say no thank you. So he can definitely believe that Eren was still alive when Zeke caught him. But yes, multiple people telling me that if you ever have the misfortune of having your head chopped off, not only will you be decapitated, but you'll have at least 5 seconds of just absolute emotional terror of realizing you've been decapitated. And you'll open your mouth to scream and nothing will come out because your vocal cords are no longer attached to your lungs and you'll just be like, horrific. Oh boy, dad jokes keep them coming. Like I said, I can do this all day, to quote Captain America. Aaron may have dropped the ball, but at least he decided to use his head for once. Right? You get it. You don't need me to explain. Oh, this is just a great example of alliteration. And I'm not sure if I even remember the scene to which this comment is attributed, but I love a good example of alliteration. Moonwalking Mikasa melees multiple Marleyans. That's fun, but difficult to say. I did not get that right on the first try. Here's another little compliment. Another compliment for me. It says, I'm growing really fond of the recurring quote, but I don't know, I'm not a insert obscure scientific or medical specialization bit. LOL. I'm just trying to admit my own ignorance. You know, I am not an experienced comment sociologist who understands social media commentary, but I still like reading the comments from social media, right? I think that was not one of my better examples of that bit, but thank you for the encouragement. This is another positive one in my opinion. It says, anime dad looked like Jack Black for a minute when he shouted, kill! Yeah, that's part of my strategy, is eventually try to transform into a Jack Black lookalike so people see the thumbnails and they say, huh, I wonder what Jack Black has to say about Attack on Titan. And then they click on it, and by the time they realize it's me instead of Jack Black, it's too late. They're hooked. Oh, this is another one that I wanted to comment on. It says, I think a teaching job would suit you well, Bruce. I learned a lot from you today. Great job, man. Well, I will confess, I am currently employed as a university professor. I don't want to go into details about my private life and stuff, but this summer, I'm leaving that job and taking employment in the private sector. So, you know, that's the way life goes. You can teach for a little while, but you can't teach forever. But I do bring some of that teacher experience, I guess, into the videos. Or maybe that's just who I am. I don't know. This is a good theory here. I didn't really get into enough of the theories as this season went on, like I did in the earlier seasons. But it says, here's a theory I have based on this episode. Maybe the reason Titans feel compelled to eat humans stems from Ymir's children eating her as the method to pass on the Titan power. I only just thought of this, but I bet like the Titans' behavior is linked to this somehow. It works for me, you know, because they carried on so much of the tradition that was passed down by Ymir, like the 13 years that they live primarily, the loyalty to the ruling family, even though they kind of become the ruling family. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. That would be an awesome sort of origin for their compulsion to eat humans. 2 thumbs up on that one. Finally, all this time you've been calling her Ymir Fritz. I wanted to correct you, but of course, it's a spoiler. Well, I thank you for not spoiling that, because sometimes I do roll with stuff, and I have to say that the comments have been incredible for spoiler avoidance. Now, every now and then some things come through that look a little iffy, or that I decide to take down or I ignore, but I gotta say, overall, this comment kind of encapsulates what a really cool community you guys have made here for watching Attack on Titan and talking about it every week, or a couple times a week sometimes. Here's some talk about the hallucigenia, you know, that sort of microscopic animal that's the inspiration for the appearance of the origin of the Titan power that met with Ymir, you know, the big spinal cord looking thing in the water. Well, this says, you know, when scientists first saw that hallucigenia, they thought that the butt was actually the head and vice versa. And somebody commented on this when I mentioned it on the review video, mistaking the butt for the head. Was the butt chug an allusion to that? This story is that deep. Yes, I like the idea that Zachary's butt chug obsession was a reference to hallucigenia having its butt mistaken for its head, or its head mistaken for its butt. I love it. This never would have popped into mind for me, but from now on, it's canon. From now on, the hallucigenia's butt head is the inspiration for Zachary's butt chug chair. Somebody else says, I never get tired of Onion Coupon for Onion Coupon. And I gotta say, I struggled to pronounce Onion Coupon's name the first time I saw it, and it was people in the comments that said the easy way to do it is to say Onion Coupon. So it comes full circle, like the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. It comes from the comments, and then it gets appreciated in the comments. Onion Coupon. Here's one. Imagine being in Annie's shoes when she wakes up from that coma. Hey guys, what did I miss? Several hours later, Maybe you should have let me take Eren away. Yeah, good point there. And you also have to think that that would really, really, really be a shocking amount of time getting caught up for Annie. But of course, we do know she picked up a few things through the crystal coconut, so she wasn't totally disoriented. But yeah, great way to put it there. Here's another positive one, just really nice. It says, "This is by far the best anime channel on YouTube." You're too kind there. I got to tell you, I love the encouragement. Thank you so much. Your commentary is excellent, and I'm so glad to have your virtual support through this harrowing tale. You know, that's what's important. You know, you reach a few people. You don't necessarily have to reach everybody. You don't have to reach thousands and thousands of people. As long as you have a nice, tight connection with a few people, you can enjoy talking about stuff and communicating with stuff. And anyway, I just want to say thanks. Very kind comment. Here's another one. It says, "The other day I was thinking, Paradis is an island. The wall titans might be giants, but they're not taller than the sea is deep. He wants to see them when they have to swim." And well, they did show us what they look like when they have to swim. Some people thought it looked comical or they looked like salmon. I thought they just looked like giants swimming. I like it when he says the wall titans might be giants, because I'm a big fan of the pop music duo They Might Be Giants. So I'd like to picture They Might Be Giants as wall titans. There's a music video in there somewhere. Here's another one, another nice one. It says, "I love the intro. Synchro Vox is seen on Clutch Cargo and Conan O'Brien, usually making fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger." Yeah, that's my go-to gimmick right now, is I'm starting to have a little fun doing Synchro Vox, where you have the animated face or a picture of a face that's still, and then you have the moving lips beneath it. So yeah, it's easy to do and it looks cheesy, but I have fun with it. I'll probably get tired of it, but not until way, way beyond when you guys have gotten very tired of it. Here's another good one. "So glad I didn't have pie in my mouth when Bruce said angry chicken." And that's what I try to do, is catch you off guard. I want pie to be spat upon electronic devices around the globe, especially when moments like the angry chicken come to the fore. But I call it like I see it, and what I see was an angry chicken. Some more comments here that are great. "Dang, Bruce, you gotta wait with the rest of us fans for part 3. You know, like I said before, I had a cheat code. I had saved them all up and I was able to burn through them, and I didn't have the yearning and the longing that everybody else did. But now I'm a full-fledged Attack on Titan fan, stuck in the doldrums with everybody else, grinding through until part 3 of the final season comes out. So I have to find things to keep my mind occupied and hopefully help keep yours occupied as well." And another one says, "Thank you for teaching me the words jetsam and flotsam." Because, you know, as a wee child, when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, I looked up at this star one night and I saw the brightest star in the sky, and I made a wish upon that star. And what I wished upon that star was to someday spread the words jetsam and flotsam around the world. Here's another one. It says, "You should watch Attack on Titan Junior High on Hulu. It's a spin-off and it's a comedy, and it's mostly all the characters from season 1 through 3, and it's absolutely adorable. Definitely a way to cope with all this." I've thought about it. I've seen it out there. I kind of want to watch it. I don't know. Would you guys be curious in me reacting to it or watching it, doing something for it for the channel? Let me know about that down in the comments, because I'm game. Now we get my favorite part of the final season was, in fact, the creepy clown. So I'm going to close the video out with some creepy clown comments. It says, "And now we simply yet again wait another year while that creepy clown hangs outside our houses. I know people are wondering if the anime will offer a unique ending and differ from the manga, but I'm going to guess that you never know. That's a safe guess. You never know." But yeah, the creepy clown hanging out outside your bedroom window for a year until that season wraps up. And here's a nice idea for a spin-off. The clown and Levi go off on an adventure together in the OVA, Nothing But Regrets. Something tells me there would be nothing but regrets for both of those two if they went off together. You know, just give us a short 26 episode season of those two. And then the final comment here, "The clown is so creepy," because of course clowns are like the apex of the creepy pyramid, and bringing that creepy clown in off the wall was so WTF, but also sets up so many possibilities. I can't wait to see Nothing But Regrets starring Levi and that clown. And with that, I just want to say thanks for sticking with me through all these 4 seasons. I know the numbers go up and down, they wax and wane, but I got a good core of folks that leave comments on everything, very engaged. I thank you for it, and I'm proud of you for watching anime, and I'll talk to you again soon.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. It really means a lot to me. If you might be interested in Patreon perks like early access to videos, uncut reaction videos, ad-free videos, and the opportunity to vote on which anime will be covered in the future, then click on the link in the video description. Thank you.